Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be going over the salary changes for Saturday, March 29th. We're officially less than a week to go in Season 5, so if you guys have any loose ends you need to tie off before the beginning of Season 6, now is the time to do so. You can see we're basically at level 40 finally. Hopefully we're going to be able to get Brandon Roy before we play our 3 King of the Court games today for that Dark Matter piece. Not that it really matters. I don't really care about winning those games. I just don't want to lag out or have one of the games that I lose not count towards my 3. I actually saw a number of people have that issue last week on Twitter and on the MyTeam subreddit. So I feel like if you're in a position where you can win at least one of your King of the Court games, do your best to do so. Don't just sandbag all 3 games, because if for whatever reason 2K doesn't count one of the games that you played as a game played, and then you end up losing all 3, that progress bar for that Dark Matter collectible from the Bracket Busters event is only going to say 2 out of 3, and then you're going to be SOL. You're not going to be able to get that Dark Matter piece, which you're going to want to get. Obviously, we've been kind of hamstrung with our ability to earn these Bracket Buster event pieces. 2K hasn't really given us much to do during this event, which I think a lot of people have been talking about. I think I put out a video on it as well. Really frustrating, but it just feels like 2K is trying to limit how much MT people can farm from the Badge Deluxe packs and the Takeover packs. But regardless, we're not here to talk about MyTeam economics. We're here to talk about MyTeam salary cap economics and how these salary changes have affected our lineups. You can see my lineup now is non-compliant with the current salary cap. I am now 26,100, which puts us at, what is that, 3,600 above the salary cap. I've not looked at the players, so I'm just gonna guess that the change that happened that affected my team the most is the change that I predicted in yesterday's video, which is Hakeem Warwick going up to 5,000 salary from 2,500, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Oh, Jack Sigma also went up to 3,100, and then Kyle Filipowski. I'm assuming a lot of these Bracket Busters cards are going to be up in salary. I've talked about it on this channel so much. We've seen this trend all season where the amethysts and in general the cards from a particular promo, when they come out 8 days later, so not the first Saturday when they come out, but the second Saturday, we see a lot of their salaries go up a pretty dramatic amount depending on which tier you're looking at, and then we see those salaries come back down again on Tuesday. So if there is a Bracket Busters card that you really enjoy using, maybe you enjoy using Kyle Filipowski but you don't want to use him at 1,900 salary, come Tuesday, maybe he'll drop down to 1,500 salary. So just keep an eye out on that. Hakeem Warwick, it's really tough to project where he's going to go, because I do think a lot of people have been getting these MT Festival cards, especially the ones on the lower end. Hakeem Warwick, I believe, only cost me 10 diamond collectibles. So a lot of people are going to have them because, again, if you're Amethyst rep, you can easily play King of the Court. You don't have to play Showdown for King of the Court access. Just playing 3 games gets you a Dark Matter piece, and that will give you more than enough diamond collectibles to get Hakeem Warwick. So Hakeem Warwick may stay expensive for a while, but hopefully, next season we'll see a time where he's closer to 2,500 salary again. But when we work on our lineup builder video, which should be coming out a little later on today, we are gonna have to remove Hakeem Warwick, because as good as he is at 5,000 salary, I'd almost rather run like a Pink Diamond Ron Artest or a player like that, but in a lineup like this where I have 10,000 salary being committed to Derek Anderson and Antoine Walker, I really don't have the room to fit another large salary player like a Hakeem Warwick. I was barely able to make my lineup work before when I had Paolo Banchero in at 3,800 salary. With a player at 5,000, it's just not going to work. So we're gonna have to make moves. I'll probably bench Jack Sigma as well. At 3,100, it's not the worst, but I feel like there are going to be a number of diamond centers who are closer to 2,000 salary who I might prefer to run and then save the 1,100 salary in that regard. Let's take a look at my other lineup. My team ball lineup is also non-compliant. 3,000 salary over the limit. Who's the big change? Oh, Frank Kaminsky up to 8,000. again, just like I said a few minutes ago, these players, these Bracket Busters players, they came out 8 days ago. And so this is the time where we've seen all these players jump up dramatically in salary. Frank Kaminsky up from 5,500 to 8K. Now, Frank Kaminsky may end up getting the Khalil Ware treatment where, Khalil Ware, after all of his, buddies from, what was it, the Apex set, when all those players came down in salary, Khalil Ware stayed up. Now, we'll see. Maybe Khalil Ware came down in salary today. We're going to check in a second. I'm trying to scan my lineup and see any other changes. I don't see anything of note. Again, Filipowski 1900 as we discussed. Dyson Daniels still at 3100. One player I want to look at really quickly before I look at my own players is Jalen Suggs, who I may add to my lineup today. He's at 8,000 salary, which does make sense. A lot of people really like this Jalen Suggs card. I'm going to add him before the end of the season, obviously. Jeremy Sohan, really interesting card if you want to run him because he is a 6'8" power forward who can play point guard, but his jumper is not great. I don't think it's been modified from his other cards. I have a Ruby Gems of the Game, Jeremy Sohan, and that card's jumper is broken. This card's jump shot also looks broken. So if you're someone that doesn't try to create with their point guard in terms of shot creation, and you're just looking to create plays and a height advantage, mismatch, whatever you want to call it, with your point guard over the opposition, then this card may be for you. He could be like a cheaper version of a Magic Johnson for salary cap. So I'm gonna probably add him for that reason. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna run him for sure, but I think it's really good to basically add all of these Pink Diamond animated cards that we've been able to earn from, the exchange every single week. Because again, come season 6, we're going to probably see a pretty big bump in the salary cap. Even if it's not immediate, we may only see a 2,000 salary cap increase to start season 6. But remember, we've seen salary cap increases every round. So every 2 weeks in season 5. So, just be ready for that. And I would say try to add as many of these Pink Diamonds as possible, especially the ones that are cheap that we can earn from the exchange pretty easily. These cards are decently souped, and I like a number of them. I think I basically like every single one of them, except for Daniel Gafford and maybe Jaylen Brown, because I haven't tried Jaylen Brown yet. But Bridges, I'm a Knicks fan, which kind of helps. His jumper is kind of iffy. Gerald Green is a monster. I love Gerald Green. Jalen Suggs, I think, is everyone's favorite. And then Jeremy Sohan, again, as we discussed, tall point guard, but not the best jumper, which is a little unfortunate. Okay, let's take a look at the players in my collection, and we'll see if any of them have fluctuated dramatically in value. Just going to briefly go through all of these players right here. I don't see anything of note that has changed here. Pink Diamonds, again, Bracket Busters. I'm assuming, I don't have many Bracket Busters, Pink Diamonds, but I'm assuming a lot of them went up in salary. A good litmus test. Do I have, Kawhi's at 8,000? That sucks. I was kind of considering running him today in salary cap. I just bought JJ Redick. Where is JJ Redick? So see, even JJ Redick is at 8K. I don't think anybody is running JJ Redick in salary cap, in showdown, in park. I wouldn't want to run this card as my 13th man in domination. I don't want this card in my lineup anywhere. He can stay coaching the Los Angeles Lakers. Keep him off of my virtual court. Okay. Yeah, not many changes here with the Pink Diamonds. It looks like a lot of them have kind of stayed the same. Austin Rivers, I've actually really enjoyed Austin Rivers card offline. Fun card to run. Yes, Khalil Ware still at 8K. Kind of to be expected. I think that's probably one of the top Pink Diamond cards to come out in any set in Season 5. So, makes sense. All right, here are the diamonds. And we're already seeing a number of these diamonds at 2,000 salary. Okay, Mika Okafor, every single Bracket Busters card, like we said, is going to go up in salary. Paolo still 3,800. Jeff Green up to 3,000 is pretty interesting. Oh, nice. Bruce Bowen. Okay, I'm probably going to bring Bruce Bowen back into at least one of my salary cap lineups. I really enjoyed running him for like the 2 days I got to use him before his salary jumped up to 5K salary. At 2K, this is a card that I would feel much more comfortable running. I liked his jump shot, and he is elite defensively. So that is a really nice change to see. We already saw Dyson Daniels staying at 3,100. Jaime Hawkins Jr. finally back down to 2,000. That's really nice to see. Not that I'm going to use him, but I think Brandon Roy's been at 5K for a long time. Did he just hit 3,100? Russ at 4,700. That's man, you know what? Okay, I'm not going to complain because it makes sense. I think a lot of people probably have the Dark Matter, Brunson, Diamond, Josh Hart duo. But it's just so frustrating to see Josh Hart, who was at, 3,000 salary plus for what felt like months, finally dropped below 3,000 for like 2 weeks, and now he's back up to 5K. So frustrating. I don't think I want to run my new David West card. Let's see, anyone else of note? Will this Jalen Johnson card ever drop below 5,000? Please. Alex English still at 2K. That's really nice. Really fun card. Michael Carter-Williams. I'm willing to bet if he's a 2,000 salary, then so is Marcus Smart. Lou Dort at 3,500. Not great value. Let's see. Yes, Marcus Smart also at 2,000. Ooh. This is the lowest Tyreek Evans salary has been in what feels like a few weeks, maybe all of season 5. This card hit 5,000 salary and then really didn't drop much below that. I think at his lowest this season, he was at maybe 3,500 until last week. I think last week he hit like 2,500 salary. Now he's even lower at 2,200. Tyreek Evans may be a card I want to bring into my lineup along with Bruce Bowen. We'll have to see. Maybe I'll replace Dyson Daniels with him in my lineup. Even though I love Dyson Daniels, Tyreek Evans at a salary that's 900 less might be really good value. PJ Brown is my most likely candidate to replace Jack Sigma. I think PJ Brown's pretty good and is only, what is he? An inch shorter, 2 inches shorter. I forget how tall is Jack Sigma. I don't even know. Oh, I messed up. It's going to go all the way back. I should not have checked. But regardless, PJ Brown at 6'11" is not bad height-wise. I can definitely throw him in there. He may struggle a little bit against the Victor Wembanyama's of the world, but, I think it'll be fine. We'll see. If it's really bad for me, I'll make changes. Okay, let's go on to the Amethyst tier. Doug Christie back down to 2,000 is really nice. Ooh, Goran Dragic. I know a lot of you guys probably have Dragic. Really fun point guard to run, and now he's finally, I think, under 5K. He was at 5K for a long time. Rounding out the diamonds here. Yeah, a lot of players are at 2,000. We see this at the end of every round, but especially at the end of a season. I feel like people, when round 3 begins, and that top tier pack is available at 2,500 points, right? Like when round 3 started, a lot of people probably played salary cap like crazy during that first weekend to get to 2,500 points to get their Dark Matter pack. And now that it's been a week since round 3 started, we're probably seeing less people play, and I think that's why we're seeing more of these cards drop in salary. Cam Whitmore, I think he was at 1,200 before. JT Thor finally back down to 1,200. I'll probably throw him into the lineup as well. I really like JT Thor a lot. Any other notable changes? I don't think so. Again, I think all these Torpedo cards are going to be relatively not pricey, but they're going to be like where they're usually at. Like all the Amethysts, I think, are going to stay at 1,500 until Tuesday, and then we'll see where the changes go from there. Problem is, on Tuesday, I think the majority of people who played salary cap are going to be done, except for maybe me. I don't know if I'm going to get all my games done in time to get to 2,500 points before Tuesday, but we'll have to see. I don't know if there's anything else worth commenting on. So yeah, I think we're just gonna, I think that's basically it. All right, very cool. I haven't added any other players to my collection really of note, so we're not gonna have to cover anything with that. I am gonna open up a couple of packs real quick if we have time. Let's see. You know what? We are at the 13.5-minute mark. I'm gonna stop this recording right here. I'm gonna open up my packs in my lineup builder video, because this video already at 13.5 minutes. I kind of want to condense the length of these videos now that I'm doing lineup builders for salary cap on the same day. So that way, instead of having one video that's like 20 plus minutes long and then another one that's like 7 minutes long, they'll hopefully both be around 10 to 13 minutes each. So yeah, appreciate you guys. I guess let me know in the comments down below, what are the changes that you've made to your salary cap lineups? Who are some new players that weren't in your salary cap lineups last week who are making their debut or their return to your lineups for these final few days of salary cap round 3 here in season 5. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.